Hey guys, this is Mark Hutten with myaspergerschild.com. Today I want to talk about attention problems in children with high-functioning autism and Asperger's. A common misconception about these kids is when they have attention difficulties is that they don't pay attention at all. Well, this is not necessarily the case. In fact, these young people often pay attention to everything. So the problem is deciding what to focus on and maintaining that focus. It's not that they're just ignoring what the parent or teacher is saying. For example, they may be in the classroom and they're trying to listen to what the teacher is saying, and the teacher thinks that the student is ignoring what she's talking about, when in fact he's paying attention to her. He's also paying attention to the person in front of him. He's also paying attention to the noise that he can hear in the hallway, the blinding sunlight that's coming through the window, the fact that the fluorescent lighting above is buzzing, and so their attention is multifactorial, and it is hard for them to narrow in on one thing. The other thing is that kids on the autism spectrum usually have deficits in executive function, which is the ability to think and plan ahead, control impulses, organize, and complete tasks. So as a result, you, the parent, will need to take over as the executive. You'll need to provide extra guidance while your child gradually acquires his own executive skills. Now, although many of the traits of Asperger's and high-functioning autism are nothing short of frustrating at times for parents and teachers, it's important to remember that the special needs child who is inattentive or ignoring is not acting willfully. Let me repeat that. The child who is inattentive or ignoring, he's not doing that willfully. So having an autism spectrum disorder is just as frustrating for your child. Some of the things that your child may be experiencing with his attention difficulties would include the following. He may fail to think through what he is about to do or say. In other words, he leaps without looking. He probably has difficulty adjusting to sudden changes in routines. He probably has difficulty paying attention to the things that others want him to do. He likely has difficulty waiting for rewards and delaying gratification. He will have difficulty waiting in line, difficulty sharing, difficulty cooperating. He may overreact to minor disturbances, and he'll often be restless and fidget around and squirm around. So these all have to do with his deficits in executive function. And as I stated a minute ago, the parent and the teacher want to take over as the executive. For example, we just stated that he has difficulty adjusting to sudden changes in routines. So one of the things parents and teachers can do is to prepare the child for a change. Give him a 5-minute or maybe even a 10-minute heads up that we're going to be doing this in a few minutes. We also said he has difficulty waiting for rewards and delaying gratification. So in this case, you would want to give immediate rewards. Don't make him wait until next week or tomorrow or even later that day. Rewards should be immediate. And also, when you give a reward, be very descriptive. In other words, you're getting this token because I noticed that you were paying attention to what I was saying over the last 5 minutes. And since he has difficulty waiting in line or sharing or being cooperative, you may want to go the extra mile and just see to it that he is the first person in line, when possible, of course. So parents are usually worried when they receive a note from school saying that their child doesn't listen to the teacher and causes problems in class. So even though the child on the spectrum often wants to be a good student, attention difficulties and impulse behavior frequently interfere with that. So the takeaway I want you to get from this short video here is just know that unless your child has been diagnosed with ADHD, his quote inattention or quote ignoring is not something that he's doing willfully. In fact, he's paying attention to too many things at once. So the problem is deciding what to focus on and maintaining that focus. So a good strategy here would be to help your child focus on one or possibly two things. Then when he gets distracted, bring him back to that initial task to focus on.